that's how it be though. Nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching but we never seem to be though.
It seems like it's been I don't know how long since we've been hyped up about Wano, but this week in One Piece we finally reached the destination of Wano. We get to see a lot of really funny things where the characters like Usopp, which it was great to finally get back to these characters. I don't know how long it's been since we've even seen them. Seeing Usopp, Zoro, Robin, just all of the other half of the crew that was excluded from the Whole Cake Island arc, and they're all just in these weird Wano samurai costumes. A lot has happened since they've arrived, apparently, because you see that Zoro has some beef by the end of that chapter, or he's getting accused of something or whatever. So definitely really cool to finally get into Wano. But I gotta be honest with you, which at first I wasn't really feeling this. After getting all these chapters, I feel this. I really want to be at the Reverie right now. Like, can we just finish off the Reverie first and then come back to Wano? It seems as though Oda, because he put at the beginning of the chapter, meanwhile, so I'm hoping what that means is he's gonna cut back and forth between this and the Reverie or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, the Reverie was so lit. Aimu-sama, all of that stuff is like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I know Wano is gonna be lit. I know we already got Kaido and Big Mom on the phone, a whole bunch of really awesome stuff or whatever, but why do we have to cut away right now? It's awesome to see the crew and all that stuff, but Oda, what you doing? Hopefully, and this is what I don't want to happen. I don't want Oda to do, which I don't think he's going to do it, because again, he said meanwhile. It wasn't like 2 days later or something like that. He said meanwhile. Hopefully, Oda doesn't do where he just skips out on the Reverie, and then at the end of Wano, which would be like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years from now, because I heard Wano is going to be a pretty long arc, then we get a newspaper finding out Shirahoshi was, you know, popped in the head or something. Like, don't do that, Oda, please. You've done that quite a bit with, like, you know, the Revolutionary Army versus Blackbeard Pirates, hell, going all the way back to Blackbeard versus Ace. You've done that quite a bit. I want that. I want to see the Reverie in vivid detail, okay? Thank you. I'm just saying, probably what he'll do is we'll be at Wano for a bit. Maybe once something really exciting is about to happen, then meanwhile at the Reverie is probably what Oda's plans are. But the beginning of this chapter opens up with something that I was kind of like, yo, it's been a minute since this character was introduced. I don't even know where I was living at that point when this started or whatever. But we get more talkings of Weevil, the guy that has rose up to fame as being the legitimate son of Whitebeard. We get some info on him. We get to see Marco. We get some conversations with Neko Mamushi. So it was kind of like, okay, this is a definitely different setting, which again, we're at the Reverie, then we're cutting to Marco talking with Neko Mamushi about stuff, finding out that Whitebeard had a secret homeland. He had no actual family there, but he cared about it enough that he was funneling money into it and trying to take care of it. And Blackbeard, being the piece of garbage that he is, he even invaded there, which it really makes me wonder, man, is Blackbeard just that, like, don't get me wrong, it could just be that black and white, like a Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. Blackbeard is just bad. He's just an evil piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? But I would like to believe that there's just a little bit more to him, considering the fact, unless he's lying about his name being Marshall D. Teach, considering the fact his name is Marshall D. Teach, and he exhibits none of the qualities of somebody that has the will of D behind them or whatever, like, I don't know, because just hearing that he even went that far, is it like, is he just really trying to make people hate him, or is he just really that nasty, again, like a Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, which, by the way, I'm not saying that they're the same character, I'm just literally making a comparison. Relax. I just want to know what's going on, because honestly, it just seemed a bit unnecessary for Blackbeard to go to that extent to even, you know, mess with Whitebeard's homeland, finding out about that stuff or whatever. So really interesting to get information on that. See, Marco is okay and that he's aware of Weevil hunting down people, because I thought Marco might not be aware after what happened. You know, he went against Blackbeard and them and he took an L. I thought, okay, he might not even know that this Weevil guy is coming for him. He might think like everything is all gravy and Gucci, and then things fall apart. The fact that Marco is aware of this Weevil situation is good, because if Weevil comes to him, at least he can be prepared, and we know that Marco ain't no punk. We know that Marco got the chops to really go in and have a big ass battle. So looking forward to seeing that. Of course, his conversation with Neko Mamushi, interesting, where it's weird. We meet some characters, like we met Marco, I don't even know how long ago, right? We met him so long ago, and then we met Neko Mamushi, what, about a couple arcs ago in One Piece or whatever, and then to see both of them interacting is like, okay. The One Piece world is so vast, and Oda loves to play around with the characters. And again, just being able to see Whitebeard's homeland and finding out a little bit more of his backstory of how he always wanted to protect this place or whatever. Really interesting stuff there. I mean, I was surprised to even get this, to be honest with you. We cut from the Reverie to Marco and talking about Weevil. Also finding out that Weevil's mom was a pirate that was on Whitebeard's ship. And that, you know, that's also adding a possibility. To be honest with you, I think the whole thing is just a fraud. You can tell she's a money-grubbing, greedy little shit. Probably Weevil isn't even a real freaking god. God knows what's going on with Weevil, because it looks like he got stitches all around his head, like if he's a zombie of some sort or whatever. But come on, stop it. Like, somebody cue Billie Jean right now and have Whitebeard from the grave dancing a little bit, because that ain't his son. Weevil is not Whitebeard's son, and I will say that to Kingdom Come and back. Okay, baby, that is not Whitebeard's son. That is not the offspring of Edward Newgate. And the fact that she was on the ship is just showcasing she's throwing anything at the wall, trying to make it stick. She's trying to do something that she couldn't do in her time. If she was a pirate or whatever, she obviously failed miserably. So she's trying to use this hunk of disgusting, you know, whatever he is, to do it, and using Whitebeard's name as well. So interesting opening to the chapter. Then of course the second half, again being able to see the other half of the Straw Hats. I didn't realize how much I missed them, honestly. I didn't realize, and then I see them like, oh baby. I feel as though Oda kind of forgot a little bit of how to draw Usopp, at the very least in his modern thing, because when I first saw Usopp, granted he has, you know, the whole disguise or whatever, but kind of reminded me of like earlier Usopp. And hey, it'll happen. Oda hasn't drawn these characters in what, it's been a few years now at the very least, since we left Zoe and everybody went their own ways for the time being. So it was interesting to see them back again, though, getting ready, and, you know, them being in disguise or whatever. And then of course Zoro, and you know it's a chapter and a half when you end off with a badass Zoro moment. And the fact that Zoro is being accused of something, we know Zoro ain't done shit, you know what I'm saying? So seeing Zoro being accused of something, and then him using the suicide blade to slash that dude up. Oh, baby, it's like, this is how we're starting Wano. Oda, we're doing this right now. This is what we're doing. Very, very exciting. Obviously, nowhere near the level of last week's chapter, or quite a few of the chapters of the Reverie and stuff like that. Those chapters were on some whole other level, but it was great. We got with this chapter again more insight into Weevil, backstory for Whitebeard, his homeland, the fact that he was funneling money there, something another nasty thing that Blackbeard did, seeing Marco again, him having a conversation with Neko Mamushi, finding out about Weevil's mom, which Oda's been giving us a lot of content per chapter. I mean, he always does, you know what I'm saying? It's not like this is a new thing or whatever, but I'm just flabbergasted when I go listing off, like finding out about Weevil's mom, being on Whitebeard's ship, like a lot. And then of course returning to the other half of the Straw Hats, Zoro, Usopp, Robin, like that was just great. And then of course a badass Zoro moment. Oda loves doing that. Like I remember, I think one of the first chapters of One Piece I reviewed on like Fishman Island was a badass Zoro slashing someone down moment. So it's like breathing for Oda at this point. Awesome chapter. Not the greatest in the world, but definitely packed with a bunch of information. And again, returning to the Straw Hats we haven't seen in a while, and entering Wano. Now, a couple questions I want to ask you guys. For starters, how do you feel that seemingly we might be split off between the Reverie and this arc of, you know, Wano? Do you think that it's going to interfere? I mean, personally, I'd rather finish the Reverie first, then come to Wano, but maybe we only have a few chapters left of the Reverie, and once we get to like a hype chapter in Wano where like shit is really, really crazy, then we'll cut back to the Reverie or whatever. But are you disappointed? I mean, personally, after seeing Aimo-sama stabbing through the Shirahoshi thing and Luffy and Blackbeard, like all of that, it's like, oh, I want to go back to that. Also, what do you think about seeing how did you feel, shall I say, seeing the Straw Hats again? It's been a while, seeing Zoro having that badass moment. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, yo, Zoro, you're looking lit, boy. I can't wait to see more. And finally reaching Wano. Like, it's been so long of us being hyped and waiting, and just seeing everybody again. It's awesome. It's I don't know. It was a really dope chapter. Not the greatest in the world again, but I'd say it was about like a 7.5, around there. 7.5, maybe even bleeding into an 8, so to speak, out of 10. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk my Facebook, follow me on Twitch, and make sure to hit the bell and get all notifications, because YouTube be doing I don't know what. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.
We making major moves, laugh and let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. But now it's whatever, one day I'll be your favorite, but never. No matter how you move.